My name is Beth Nielsen Chapman, and I'm a singer-songwriter. I grew up in an Air Force family, so we moved around every couple of years. So I've been exposed to cultural shifts all over the place. I was also lucky to be kind of growing up in the 60s where radio stations would play Bing Crosby right next to something else completely different, you know. I moved to Nashville in '85 and took about 5 years, but I started having some success as a songwriter. Wrote a #1 hit for Willie Nelson, and I've written songs with and for Waylon Jennings. Wrote a big hit along with Annie Roboff and Robin Lerner. Wrote a big hit for Faith Hill called This Kiss, which kind of put my son through college. Let's see. You know, I get inspired usually from a sound. I love this thing. What I'm feeling for you, what I'm feeling for you now. And that's what I'm so crazy about this keyboard, because the sounds are so fabulous. I can play around with it, come up with things I like, save them, know where to find them, name them whatever I want to. I'm not spending the whole time going, I have this sound, it's in there somewhere in this folder, you know. So the best thing, #1 on my list on this keyboard is memory, boing, and you just lock it in, and then you can go back to it, and you can also explore beyond it. I can see this growing into this thing that's at my fingertips. It's like having a co-writer that's me. So we get along really good. I find it very intuitive for a person like me, and I think a lot of songwriters are like this too. Our minds are just going zzz, you know. And this is probably one of the most simple setups that I've ever worked with. I think it's a great songwriting tool. There's so many options with this that goes beyond just what the piano part's going to be or what the basic part is. I mean, normally I would record it on a small device and then I would stick it into my computer and I would play it back on my speakers. That just interrupts the flow. As a songwriter, there's a way I want it to be big, but I want to keep the technical parameters small. I loved being able to record it in here and play it back so that I'm not getting distracted into trying to make a record. I love the visual. There are these life raft buttons, I call them. My mind will be racing forward trying to figure out what rhymes with a word, and I'm just, where's that button? And then I can go and see it. And so the touchscreen is fantastic for that. If I'm playing and I don't want to stop playing and I just want to get the strings not so loud, it's just right here. This is what I call the analog section. And this is the digital section. Having that at my fingertips is amazing. This is great for the Bluebird. If you walk in the Bluebird and you have like a rig and a bunch of stuff, it's like, you know, it's not really about that. It's more about what kind of song have you got. So, but this is a wonderful way to have a simple, I don't have any other bells and whistles, but there's so much inside of this. There's these lovely sounds that I can layer and make it, you know, make each song really unique unto itself. I can't wait to really use this, you know, as a main tool to create production ideas. I think it's just going to be a really prolific time for me as a songwriter because of this tool. And I'm so excited about having it to explore and play with. My songwriting person inside me has hijacked me every time I've sat down and tried to get into the weeds with it. I'm like, it's going, no, we're writing this song now. So that's a lovely problem to have. And I think you're going to have a whole bunch of songwriters really excited about this one.